Well, good morning, and hope everybody's having a blessed week. I hope your work week's an easy one on you, but you get a lot done. This is William from Williams, Philippines, and it's about 2:25 Monday morning on September 30th, 2024. Hope you've had a good day and enjoyed your weekend. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit winded. Did 3.1 miles, 7,304 steps, which, 3.11 miles. And I did that in an hour and 8 minutes. I'm tired. My legs are telling me nasty, but that's good. Probably bust 8,000 today. Ain't gonna go for 10. I don't even know if I want to move again until breakfast time. Good run though, on that at least. Let's see. Damn, sorry, I'm a bit winded and not focused right this minute. Okay, let's see. I did manage to check a couple of videos talking about luggage security, and gonna try to pick up a couple straps for my luggage and such. Still don't know whether I like the idea of paying somebody to put saran wrap around them when I travel. We'll see. Was checking on airplane tickets. If I book a round trip and do the second half where I can cancel it, I can get the first half cheaper. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. It's only about $150, but hey, every bit counts. But that's all right. I'm gonna get it figured out and do it some way or another. Dang. Back of my neck's all sweaty. I need to take and shave my head again. Starting to feel long-haired. A little long in the chin there too. I don't know. Part of me says let it grow out. Yeah. I don't know. It's winter and coming up, so I could let it grow out and use it as insulation. Be walking around outside some of the time, so it's going to be colder. So having a little bit of extra insulation up there probably won't be a bad thing. I don't know. Get it figured out. Yeah. Dang. Yeah, by the time I got done walking, I was getting a little wobbly. I ain't done that much distance in that fast a time since the last time I had to actually walk to work because my car broke down. Don't like having my car break down. That's why I try to keep it proper maintenance and such. But yeah. Maintenance is important, and I've noticed I've picked up, I went and had my front end balanced because it was having a wobble in the front end, just a real slight one at about 70 miles an hour, and since here in Texas you can do 75 miles an hour, catching that vibration between 70 and 75, 76, 77 was a little annoying, but so I went and carried it down, got the tires balances and rotated. Yeah, I'm picking up wobbles, and it's went from the front end to the back end. Instead of being in the steering wheel causing it to twitch like this, little vibration, now it's a little vibration underneath me in the seat. Means it's in the back end. I don't know. I might have had, I don't know. I'm going to have to carry it back over because I'm about to go back there on Thursday again, so I'm going to need to go down and get it looked at again because something ain't right. I don't know. Maybe they lost the weight on it because it was good the first day. I didn't notice it for the first. I didn't really notice it until the second, late in the second. So I'm thinking it might have flipped a weight off. I don't know. So that's one of the projects I got to get started this week. And I also need to get that motorcycle license. I got to find that. They've got that coming up, and I need to get that taken care of. So, yay. I've got a bit of paperwork I got to get taken care of and faxed in. Medical stuff. Yay, fun stuff. And of course, at this point, they're coming up with new plans for insurance, and everybody's throwing that out there, so you need to start studying for that come the end of October. So that'll be a fun one. So no more than get done with getting the motorcycle course stuff taken care of and the motorcycle riding part taken care of, then I get to start working toward getting over and getting a scheduled appointment for next year for the getting an international driver's license and getting the motorcycle endorsement on my driver's license here, and getting the international driver's license with the endorsement on it. Because that's all the fun stuff I want to do. I started riding a motorcycle when I was like 8 years old, hanging off the side of it. They got a little short-legged moto girl. Yeah, and she has to actually hop down and step off of it and then jump back up on it because she's so short she can't reach the ground. I was riding like that, and I like watching her do that. Reminds me of when I was a child trying to learn how to ride a motorcycle. But yeah, they also got her, I think the same ones doing a sidecar where the rider and the one behind her tilts their head this way, and the sidecar passenger tilts it that way. They tap on the head and get her to flip her head over. Yeah, it's cute, funny. I thought that, and I actually like the way the motorcycle looks with the little wind up on the back end of it. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I would like to have a motorcycle with a sidecar. It's more stable, yeah, and you can carry a lot of stuff in them. But then again, I look at it and I go, I don't know how much that would cost over there. And do I want to spend money on that, or do I just want to go ahead and get that Carabao commuter with the passenger box on the back and turn it into a camper? You can move a lot of stuff in one of those things, and people as well as, at least until you start rearranging things. I don't know. I don't know that many people, so do I really want to carry anyone with me? I don't know. It's all that fun stuff, thinking processes. But I got to get this motorcycle license so that I'll be able to drive that over there. Because I understand that they will let me transfer it over and get me a Philippines driver's license if I'm all up to date and everything. And since I'm going to be doing all this and getting it all up to date, yay! All I know is that right at this minute, I'm a bit tired and winded. I'm getting better now, but boy, that's a good distance. I was only doing like 2.7, almost 2.8 miles per hour on it, so yeah. But I did get some distance, and yeah, I'm tired. But yes, the motorcycle license, I got to get that taken care of, and yeah, there's so much stuff to get done. And all this stuff is costing nothing else. I still got to pay for the gas to go back and forth, even though the insurance is going to cover the process down there. I still got to cover the gas there and back. And this year I'm actually going to end up with somewhere around 7,500 miles on my car, traveling and such. I don't usually break I sit right around 57 to 6,000 miles per year. I don't travel a lot. And this year I'm busting, yeah, looks like I'm going to bust 7,500 ballpark. I'm real happy about that idea. But that's okay. I've done a lot of traveling when I was younger, and bounced around a whole bunch when I was, a young man. Between what I did with my dad when he was in the Air Force and I was just an Air Force brat bouncing around, and then becoming Navy and sailing around halfway around the world and back, and then all the other travels I've done over 2 million miles. Actually, about 2,028,000 last year. So by the time I add this year's in, it's going to be 2,035,000. So yeah, I just broke it a couple of years ago. I've been doing the math on that for a long time. Most of the early numbers came from my dad, and riding around, back and forth to different holes in the ground. I got to see a lot of this country. That's why I don't really care about seeing more of it again. That's part of the reason I'm going to fly over to the Philippines and get over there and see there, because I've seen a lot of the U.S. I've been back and forth through so many different places. Don't get me wrong, I could enjoy seeing a bunch of them again, because a lot of them I saw, like the redwoods out in California and Yosemite. I've seen those. I was a kid. I've been by as a kid for the Grand Canyon, but I haven't actually seen it during daylight as an adult or even as a teenager. I went by it, but never really got out to take the time to look at it. Did when I was a kid, though, with my dad, mom, before that mess happened. So yeah, I don't know. Hey, I might get to see it again on the way over. That would be one, because I haven't actually seen it from the air. So, get to see it from the air as I leave that direction. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know the exact flight path that they take. So I don't know if I'd get to see the Grand Canyon. I don't know. Whew. Somebody said a second hurricane's coming in. Well, they said the hurricane's going to hit. And I says, well, it hit a couple days ago. She says, no, another one. And I looked at her and I went, what? She says, yeah, how many? And I says, okay, so there's 2. She says, no, there's 5. I might need to keep up with the weather besides right here in Amarillo. I might have been being a bump on a log when it comes down to keeping track of what's going on outside of, outside in the world. I've been kind of focusing on the Philippines and learning about there. I think that's a very good thing to do. But yeah, I need to pay more attention to here, but I've got used to the idea of not paying attention to what's going on in the news and such. Sorry, I got a stray hair tickling my nose. So I've not been paying attention with the news, because quite honestly, what's going on with this election cycle stuff, yeah, it ain't right, and the media really should be held accountable for this. Yeah, I think a lot of people need to be held accountable for what's going on. I don't know. Trees and rope are a good form of political correction. Yeah. Used to, they tied them to a rail and tarred and feathered them and ran them out of town. Yeah. Didn't have as many problems back then with our politicians, with the people thinking that they own you and are in charge of your life. Hey. Well, I hope their accountability shows up large and loud and is more effective than a bumper at 100 miles an hour. And I hope it hurts them when it gets them. People need to be accountable for their lives, for the choices they make. So, yeah. Especially the people who think they're in charge of we the people. Yeah. I don't try to tell other people how to live, but I sure laugh when the bumper slaps them for being stupid. And I hope it hurts, because hey, I do root for the bumper. You want to dance in the middle of the road, go ahead and dance in the middle of the road. I don't. I'm not much on compromise. See, compromise is, well, me and you have been having an argument for years about what 2 plus 2 equals. Now see me, I'm saying 2 plus 2 equals 4. And you're screaming 2 plus 2 equals 6. 2 plus 2 equals 6. Well, I know that's wrong, and you think I'm wrong, so hey, we agree to disagree and leave each other alone. But hey, after arguing with me and you continually wanting to change my mind, you come to me and say, hey, let's compromise. How about 2 plus 2 equals 5? Well, that's the middle of the road and straight up stupid. If you can convince me that 2 plus 2 equals 6, I will gladly join you on 2 plus 2 equals 6. But hey, I've done the math. I've learned my lesson. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 2 times 2 equals 4. So there you go. But hey, 2 plus 2 does not equal 6. And I'm not going to join you there because it just isn't reality. And I'm sure not going to compromise with you and give up my integrity to make you feel good about a compromise that leaves us both in the middle of the road of stupid street. So no, I'm not joining you in compromise, and I'm not going to join you in 2 plus 2 equals 6. I'm not that stupid, and I'm not going to compromise with stupidity. So no, I don't dance in the middle of the road, and I sure ain't going to go to the other side unless they can prove to me that that's the best answer, that's the best solution. And I look down the road and I see, what's coming before I even think about trying to cross the road. I believe in bumpers. I know they hurt. I avoid bumpers. Might be because I've been in enough wrecks that it's, taught me lessons. Yeah. But hey, I still get run over on occasion. And we let people under 30 drive and operate things. Why? Seriously, why? Yeah, if it was my choice, they wouldn't get that option. But then again, I don't rule the world. I try not to do things like tell people how to live. Might be a reason, because I'm not reasonable when it comes down to, people driving things that can run me over. Other people driving scares me. I don't like other people driving, because, some of them are young and dumb and do stupid things like run people over because they were texting. Yeah. Sorry, I needed some fluids. I'm drying out. Or I should say I dried out. Now I'm trying to rehydrate. And although that might be the Kool-Aid, I'm not drinking the lefty Kool-Aid. And no, I'm not going to go to Guyana and join Jones. Sorry. No, I'm not. Some folks think I'm mean because I don't compromise real well. Like I say, you've got to prove to me that it's better solution and that it is a proper answer. Of course, I have some odd answers too. I consider a lot of solutions to people's problems to be just throw them out the fourth floor window and, hey, you came to me for a solution. I think that's a good one. Might be right why I tell people I don't want to solve your problems, because I'm not real good at, my ideas of a good solution for you are out the window. Go fly. Be a little birdie, fly birdie. Yeah. But hey, everybody gets to make choices. I choose to try to leave people alone because I don't want to have them in my face and I don't want to be in their face. I barely want to take and deal with the people who I consider to be friends. The question is, okay, like I say, I'm fairly introverted here, and to be dealing with a lot of people that I don't know, I really don't know them, so I don't really think they have that much value. And if I can't see value from a person, I really don't want to have them around. Just saying, I'm not trying to be mean to anybody, but like I say, it takes me a while to get used to people and to decide whether I want to have them as friends. I don't just cotton up to people real fast. This is part of the reason I want to go to the Philippines and try a different bit that way. And with, like I say, with most of my people I know, it takes me a long time to get to the point I call them friends. And a lot of them I don't even want to take and start wasting time to even find out, because, it's like, I'm sorry, but I don't need to take and be dealing with a lot of people that are just draining my energy. It's why would anybody want to be drained of their time and energy, their life, to get to know somebody who isn't worth the effort? So as soon as I see somebody that, as soon as somebody proves to me they're not worth the effort, pretty much I just throw, that's gone, it's over, I'm not going to waste my time talking to them. They just aren't worth the time, energy, and effort. Because I value my time more than I value my energy, and, well, these people are drawing both. So I'm not going to give them my energy, I'm not going to give them my time, so pretty much trash can them. Sorry if you don't like that, but... And, hey, treat me the same way, please. If you can't stand me, please go away. Saw a T-shirt on eBay the other day, and I loved it. I really want to get it. It's just I see the price of it, and yeah, $20 for a T-shirt that says, "If you find me annoying, why do you keep looking for me?" Yeah. Just saying, if you find me annoying, you keep looking for me. Why? Yeah. So the same thing, if I find somebody not worth it, I don't continue to go back there and, try to argue with them about it. They're just not worth my time or energy. So I leave them alone. Be a lot better if a lot of people figured that out. I don't know about you, but I think the world would be a lot better place if people just left each other alone. Because it ain't my job to try to correct you on what you think. If you want to come over and have a conversation with me, fine. But please try to make it intelligent. Don't try to scream at me 2 + 2 = 6. Don't try to compromise with me into 2 + 2 = 5, because, well, same stupid. I'm just not going there. But hey, I do enjoy intelligent conversations and thought processes, and I gladly talk with folks. I try to do it one-on-one, or, being one in, anything up to about 4 to 6 people, I'm pretty much okay with. It's when it gets past that I really start nosediving as to wanting to be around anybody. And that's an interesting thing to, go from being in Texas where we got all this wide open space and only a quarter of the people, roughly. I mean, we've got 30 million in Texas. 4 times 30 million is 120 million. I think the Philippines was at like 118 or something and climbing. They might already be to 120 million. So right at about, 4 times the people. And guess what? 40% of the area of Texas. Yeah, that's kind of crowded if you ask me, but hey, there's still some spots where there's not that dense of a population. I might like that area. But yes, want to be around people. I'm trying to get better at that. And learning to be with people more. I'm still not all, I am not soft and cuddly. I've had people tell me I'm an a-hole. I look at them and say, no, I'm not an a-hole, I'm a whole A. I give a-holes lessons. Want school to start? Come on. Free education. Just saying. Yeah, I've been accused once or twice of not being soft and cuddly. Can't say that I want to be. For those that I do want to be soft and cuddly with, I am. But even a bunch of them, especially the guys, look at me as, you're still an a-hole. And yeah. But they still call me a friend. Because they see the value, and yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird that way. Anyway, I need to get ready and start doing my audit, so I need to take and get this going. And I'm all the way up to 30 minutes on this one. Woohoo! Yeah, I haven't wanted to get up and move. My feet are sore. I didn't get my tennis shoes. I really need to go and do that today too. Oh, anyway, I'm William from Williams, Philippines. I hope you all had a blessed and a wonderful weekend. And I hope your work week is easy on you and blessed with lots of good food and some real good time. Anyway, I'm William from Williams, Philippines. Hey, fish out.